Last month I had a look at the first of 3 games for the Odyssey 2 microcomputer that combined the trappings of board games with a few aspects that are handled by the humble Intel 8048 inside the machine. Conquest of the World was pretty decent. Let's have a look at the next one, The Great Wall Street Fortune Hunt. This one is a bit intimidating right off the bat, with a board that details 4 main pieces of information: sensitivity indices of a bunch of different investment options, treasury bill details, quarterly and annual prime rates, and a tracker for, well, one of the less complicated aspects of this title, time. This one can be played either one player on their own or 2 players competing, or if you have more people on hand, you can create 2 investment teams, each pooling their insights to make as much money on the market possible over the course of 5 years, or however you want to let the game run. Each player gets one of these lovely leather-bound ledgers to track their purchases and sales over the course of the game. And the creators even had the foresight to put a copy of the ledger page in the back of the manual for easy copying. The manual describes 4 levels of difficulty, but each one is simply a different investment method that the game is capable of handling in its mechanics. The simplest is just straight stock purchase. Buy low, sell high, try to make as much money as possible. Each stock has its own risk sensitivities that can be modified by random news events that will show up on screen from time to time. Gross national product, which is tied to worker productivity, prime interest rates, which will go up and down over the course of the game, and political instability. To make a sale, you use your team's controller to scroll to one of your available investment slots, enter the ticker code for the asset you want to buy, then how many 100 shares you wish to purchase. Later on, if you decide to sell a stock, you navigate to that item and hold down the action button on the controller while the computer sells off your shares 100 at a time. The number of separate investments you're allowed to hold at any given time depends on your current net worth. If you're under 25K, you're only allowed to sell, so invest wisely. From there, you can add margin purchases where you borrow money to buy more stocks than you could otherwise. You can purchase treasury bills, which are more stable but rely mostly on the prime interest rate. Then lastly, you can even purchase stock options, which I still don't really understand. Most of this gets way too far into finance wonk territory for me. I can wrap my head around buy low, sell high, and correlate the events on the news flash with what they might influence as far as stock sensitivities are concerned. But one of the problems I was having was that of hurry up and wait. I felt like I didn't really have a lot of time to take in events before I had to act on them, mere minutes per quarter. Perhaps if I try this again, I'll whip up some Excel sheets to help out before I begin. At least I came out slightly ahead of the game when I finished my first year. How about you? Any finance games that have tickled your fancy over the years? Have you played any of these titles on the Odyssey? Let me know here in the comments below or on Twitter at TesseractUnfold. Meanwhile, please like, subscribe, spread the word, and I'll catch you again next week.